Y'all ever heard that saying that if we allowed people to talk to us the way we talk to ourselves, we would not allow it? So why do we? Hear me out. When we are reacting from unhealed versions of ourselves, we tend to point fingers at whoever hurt us, failing to realize that we are actually hurting ourselves by searching for closure or apologies that we may never get. And it amazes me that I have surrounded myself with people who are constantly bringing up all the things that they have done for me. And yet, I never kept record of what the things that I did for people. The only time you may ever hear me boast about something I've done for somebody is whenever I was truly excited to make that happen. And even then, I don't broadcast it. But lately, I have found myself in a position of where I've been screaming, "Why don't you remember all those things I did for you?" It wasn't about the things or the money. Sometimes it was just investing my time in someone needing me. I always felt like I needed to be needed. Even whenever I was at my lowest and I was without, if somebody called me, I was there. That's why I stand firmly in saying that my loyalty was never up for debate, and people who know me know that. Because as soon as I started to withdraw from people's demands and requests, people didn't want to fuck with me. I had to learn the hard way that when people stopped showing up for me, because majority of the time something was being requested in return of me needing them, I learned a lot about myself, and learning that codependence is sometimes good and sometimes bad. It forced me to heal. It forced me to dive deep in the things that I didn't like about myself and question myself why I didn't like these things. That was nobody else's fault. I couldn't blame people for the whys and the hows of why my life was the way it was or is. I can't tell you how many times I heard tough love, figure it out. So me being who I am with the parents that I have, I figured that shit out. I can't really say that that built up bitterness and resentment within my heart towards people. If anything, it made me sad because I have to keep reminding myself that not everybody's built the same way, and I'm the one that's always talking about individuality. But damn, when you invest time into somebody, that's more precious than what money can buy any day. Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do, but whenever they go out of their way to do something genuinely just to be there for you because they give a fuck, it takes a little piece of that person that they're giving to somebody else. So fast forward, and that person who's been giving for so many years and has never expected anything in return finally needs somebody, and that tough love is being shoved in their face. And all you can do is just be like, why? Do I not deserve your time when I need it most? But we can't dwell on those type of things, because that's when codependency becomes a negative thing to where you're feeling like you need somebody. But on the flip side, when you're somebody who's always been there for other people and you've been the one to always figure it out for not just yourself, but for anybody who comes along, needing somebody is a whole level of humbleness. I hate saying that I need somebody because I've conditioned myself to always be the one that was needed. And the crazy thing is that no matter how bad I've been disrespected, betrayed, lied on, deceived, taken advantage of, I've never looked at that person or that individual person and been like, oh, I hope something bad happens to you. That shit will never change my heart, ever. Is it disappointing to see the people that you love and you care about have all this animosity towards you because you're choosing to do something that they can't find the power within to do? Fuck yeah, and it's sad. Nobody should ever feel like that they're alone battling life's challenges and obstacles. Because even whenever good things happen in your life, you still don't have those people without feeling like that's the only time that they want to be around. But I'm just at this level now to where it's like when people come at me sideways about how I was never there for them, boo. I don't need a notepad of all the times I kept track. I don't need receipts. I don't need screenshots because you and I both know when I wasn't and when I was. You and I both know how many times I was that shoulder for you to cry on. We both know that I was that helping hand when you couldn't face that obstacle by yourself, or the inspirational word to encourage you to get through it, or that extra few dollars to get you by, or groceries in your kitchen whenever I could barely feed my own household. You know what I enjoy doing most? Is putting together those feel good boxes. You know, the little things that make people feel like that they're seen. The presents and the gifts that when you look at, you're like, oh, that makes me think of that person. I enjoy doing that for people. But damn, I can't say that I've ever experienced the same in return. I'm not a jealous or an envious type of female, nor am I mad or hating on people who are doing better and succeeding in life. But there's one thing I know for sure, is that I deserve people like me in my life. And there will always be a space for the people that I have invested prior time to realize that I'm an asset. I'm not the enemy. And it'll always be that way. But I'm not going to keep putting myself forward to explain myself on why either one of us deserve better. When you know, you know. You don't have to tell people how to treat you. You don't have to tell people what you deserve.